Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today I will be taking a look at the independent Era 2 medium, the Warden. For those of you short on time, here is my quick overview. The Warden is an M48 hull, so an Era 1 hull with a Leopard 2AV turret. I think it's a Leopard 2AV turret. If I'm wrong, correct me on that. But we have an Era 1 hull and an Era 2 turret. So we've got the Era 1 hull being the weak point, the Era 2 turret being the strong point. That armor, the turret armor on this thing is a selling point in my opinion. The thickest part measures 380 millimeters. That's not gold proof, but it is still very good. Add to that a gun that hits very hard, and you end up with a tank that I like. I like this thing. I like the way it plays. It plays hull down efficiently, it plays hull down effectively, and I really enjoy seeing 500 hit points disappear with every penetrating shot. I mean, who doesn't like seeing that from their medium? The real question though is it worth the base package price of 12,900 gold? That's not a small amount of money, that's not a small amount of gold, but I am leaning towards yes. Because not only does this thing have good turret armor, not only does it have a good gun, it has a 25% crew XP boost. So if nothing else sells it, this being a crew trainer might be what sells it to you, because that 25% crew XP boost isn't something that a lot of premiums have in this game. Alright then, let's take a look at the Warden in a little more detail. Here is the table of all Era 2 premium mediums. So where does the Warden rank amongst the rest of them? The Warden has 480mm of pen on its standard rounds. This ranks it 5th, alongside the VT2 and the Amalad. It'll do an average of 510 alpha per shot, which ties it 4th with the VT2, and it's not surprising that the VT2 is showing up here a lot because the Warden has exactly the same gun as the VT2. The Warden ranks 2nd for hit points, coming in with 2,900 hit points, which is only 30 less than the VT2. The VT2 takes top spot, so the Warden is 2nd, and I mean 30 hit points less. Yeah, I mean maybe that's the difference between being alive and being dead, but not a huge. It's not very often you're left on 30 hit points, so I don't know if that's that big a deal, you know. The Warden will do 65 kilometers an hour, which ties it 4th with roughly what I would guess or guesstimate to be about half of the premium mediums in Era 2. I mean, the average, I suppose the average tank does do 65 kilometers an hour, so that's not really anything special. It has 505 meters of view range, which again ties it 4th with 5 other premiums, and finally, the Warden's moving concealment is 440 meters, which brings it in alone in 4th place. So if we take a step back and look at the tank as a whole, based on all these statistics, the high level statistics for this thing, it's not a record setter. There are other tanks with much better statistics, but this one, for me, I just like the way it plays. I like the feel of it. I guess it's just gelled with me, and I enjoy playing it. It feels very satisfying. It bounces shots. And the second game, a short clip from another game that I've played, which I'll be showing after this one, I think I bounce over 4,000 damage, which, I mean, for a medium, that's very good going. This isn't a heavy, this is a medium, and bouncing numbers like that is, well, that's something to be taken seriously in my opinion. This thing plays very well hull down, and quite frankly it has to, because like we've said before, it does have an Era 1 hull. It's got M48 hull, the armor for the hull varies from 127mm to 88mm, and that's just the front, so the sides are worse than that. You're not going to bounce anything in this tank, like you just seen there. I just got shredded. Well, the RDF is a very good tank anyway, but I just got shredded there because I've got no hull armor whatsoever. It's paper thin by Era 2 standards, so don't expect to bounce anything off the front of the hull, unless maybe it's an autocannon and they're not firing gold rounds. But the hull is certainly the weak point for this tank. The major selling point, though, is the 25% crew XP boost. Of all 16 premium mediums in Era 2, the Warden joins the select few, I would say. There's only 5 other premiums, medium premiums in Era 2 that can fill the role of crew trainers. Now, well, there are 5 now. We used to have 4, now we have 5. The Warden is the 5th. So what are the other 4? Well, they are the WZ-122, the Super M48, Ignis Perigatio, and lastly, the Magak 5. That is the entire list. And when you compare all those tanks to, other tanks that you might want to be getting yourself, the WZ-122 is definitely top of the list, and I think the Warden takes second spot. Why is that? Well, the Super M48 is, the Magak 5 is, The Ignis is a very good tank, but that was a Warhammer 40,000 tank, which is tied to the contract, so who knows if that tank's going to come back on sale. I don't know. So, if you've got it, good. If you don't, then I wouldn't count on it coming back. So really, your choices for good crew trainer mediums, your 2 choices are the Warden and the WZ-122. Right, let's have a look at the remaining economy stats for the Warden. It has a 50% silver boost, 10% tank XP boost, and a 4% free XP boost. Nothing special there at all, really, because all the magic is in the crew XP boost. So, if I were to round this off, nicely, what I would say is, if you want a hull down playstyle that doubles up as a crew trainer, then by all means go ahead and buy yourself the Warden. If that doesn't interest you, then well, don't buy one. it's pretty simple, isn't it? Alright folks, that's about all I have for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.